The bond of friendship. In a small town, there were two best friends, named Jake and Mike. Jake and Mike had been inseparable since childhood, and they did everything together. They played sports, went on adventures, and always had each other's backs. One day, Jake's family had to move to a different town because of his father's job. Jake was devastated, and he didn't know how he was going to cope without Mike. Mike promised Jake that they would stay in touch, and that their friendship would never change. Despite the distance, Jake and Mike continued to talk on the phone and send letters to each other. They would tell each other about their new schools, new friends, and adventures. However, as time went by, their conversations became less frequent, and they slowly drifted apart. Years went by, and Jake and Mike had lost touch. Jake had started a family of his own, and Mike had moved to a different country. One day, Jake received a letter in the mail from Mike. In the letter, Mike explained that he had been diagnosed with a serious illness and that he wanted to reconnect with Jake. Jake was shocked and saddened by the news, but he knew that he had to see Mike. He booked a flight to the country where Mike lived, and went to see him in the hospital. When Jake saw Mike, he realized how much he had missed his friend. They hugged and cried, and they talked about the good old days. Jake and Mike spent the next few days together, reminiscing about their childhood, and catching up on each other's lives. Mike's illness had brought them back together, and they had realized the true value of their friendship. Even though they had been apart for many years, their bond was as strong as ever. Jake and Mike promised to stay in touch, and they knew that their friendship would never fade away again. Jake and Mike's story tells us the lesson that the bond of friendship may get weaker over time, but it will never fade away.